Hey Scrappy friends, thanks so much for joining me today. Helen here and welcome back to my channel. Today's layout, I am going back to day 2, I think it is, a 30-day sketches. I'll put the sketch up, I haven't printed it off, but I'll put it up on the screen, you can see where it is. And I'll have details of whose sketch it is in the comments below because I've not printed it, I've not got their name in front of me, so really sorry about that. I'm going to use Traci Reed Designs Wander and Wonder. It's a digital collection, so I'm doing hybrid and I'll show you what I mean when I get to the layout. But before we get to that, if you're not already a subscriber, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and let me know in the comments what you've enjoyed. And if you're not sure what to say, just pop an emoji for the sake of engagement. That out of the way, let's get scrapping. Okay, just going to show you this before we get started. In Word, I put the photos into Word on A4 without any margins and size them for how I want them for the sketch. And then in Photoshop, I've used Traci Reed Designs, and I've created the background with the circles on already in Photoshop. So I'm going to get this all cut out and then come back. So I've just done my absolute favourite thing to do and just explain everything and not hit record. So let's try this again. The photos are from Poldhu Cove in Cornwall. I'm going to lift all of this off and take everything off. I'm going to start from the beginning and explain it all to you again. Because I started by explaining the paper, the background. So, photos off. Oh, okay, so I've took my glass Tim Holtz mixed medium mat off because papers are black. So, I wanted to make sure you could see them and there's contrast against the mat. So, this is one layer. I have in Photoshop put this pattern paper onto my 12x12 canvas. I've used the ring cookie cutter tool that's in Photoshop and cut an 11.5-inch ring. I've then put that against the edge of the page so it's cut half it off. I've then done the same with another sheet of the same paper onto my canvas and an 8-inch cookie cutter ring tool. I've then moved this below that on the layers and added a drop shadow to both of them. And then I've added to the back layer on the background this camera paper. I've then turned this paper 90 degrees so the paper's upside down like that. So I've printed that. I've then turned the paper 90 degrees and printed that, and then we have the two halves of the page. So I have a wide format A3 plus printer, so I've got everything printed on that. I use A3 plus paper as well, so I've got some A3 plus presentation paper that I bought. It isn't the best from all the different papers I've tried. It isn't the best. I can't get the paper that Traci Reed recommends because Epsom don't sell A3 plus paper, presentation paper here, or the one that Traci Reed recommends. I have got an A3 presentation paper that prints beautifully, but I didn't want to have to put the papers on a background because it would be it prints them in 11.5-inch square to fit within the A3, width of an A3, and give it a margin. I actually had to tell it to ignore the margins when I printed this as well, to get it to go 12x12. So yeah, so that's what I've done. That's how I've got this layer. So these aren't two different papers, it's all one layer that I've printed. I've then got on A4 sheets in Word, all my photos. So the sketch, they're 6x4. These are 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. I've then cut them out with a little white border. I've then got my 3 2x2s, and I think I can get away with us looking that way because we're looking backwards at my camera, so we are still kind of looking into the layout. And then these are 4x4s, which are going to stack down here. So that's that. I've then print to cut, so scan and cut SDX. It's probably on the other ones as well, has a print to cut activation card you can buy. And I loathe the fact that, brother, all these extra features to unlock on a machine you've already paid £400–500 for, you have to pay another £30–35 for an activation code to unlock it. I loathe it, but I really wanted to do this because it makes life so much easier. Because it's a digital collection, I can, if I use this and I want more embellishments, I can just print it off and whack it straight through the scan and cut. I'm not having to do the scanning and messing about. So I've done that on canvas paper. So I've done it with all the flowers, the flower clusters, not all the flowers. So there's 6 different flower clusters, and I've printed them all on canvas paper, so it gives that canvas look. It is actually a fabric, it is canvas. And then I've also printed some of the 3 cameras as well. So that's what that sheet was. I've done 2 each of them and 1 each of them. So my idea was, the reason why this hasn't gone up on the second is because I skipped this sketch because I really couldn't think what to do with it. And then I saw Kathy Price from Down Under. I can't remember if she's Australian, New Zealand or Tasmanian, so I'm really sorry, Kathy. But she had done just a ring of flowers, and I thought that's just really lovely. And it got me inspired and got the creative juices going for what to do. So I'm going to pop that up on foam pad. And the reason I printed these on the canvas is because I just wanted that texture. I really like the idea of having that different texture on the page. So I've got fabric embellishments instead of the usual embellishments. So we are going to put 4 of them here. And I don't want loads over this side, so we're just going to have 2 of them over here. And then I have a couple of things that I've pulled out. So these are embellishments that I've printed on just paper. This is high quality. It's not, really heavyweight, but it's high quality paper for, like printing your own decoupage and things. So we're going to do that. I don't want it to go too high. I've got rest, roam, repeat. So this was the rest bit. Possibly pop that there. Oh. Got love heart hands, which I thought I could tuck behind that. It is me and Mr. Ding. That's from Besties Who Brunched, that one. That's not from this collection. This collection is Wander and Wonder. I just like the idea of having one of the tags there. I need to pop a hole in it first. I know I used to live down there, but when I go to Cornwall now, I am going as a tourist. I had put it there before, but it's not. It's cutting too much of that off, maybe like that. And look at Paul Cove, isn't it just beautiful? It was cold and it was windy, but it was just beautiful. So something like that. I'm going to get that stuck down and then I will be back. I'm beginning to think it's the phone I record with and not me, because I did hit record and I did talk through what I'd done. Let me tell you what I've done here. So the picture with the hot chocolate, I have put that foam pads at the top and stuck it flat to the page at the bottom, and the little camera is also up on foam pads. Everything else is stuck flat to the page. And then on the right side, that large photo showing the tables, that's got the foam pads at the top and the bottom flat to the page, with the camera sort of tucking under and over the photo. I had meant to do that with the top paper, but I'd already stuck it down when I realised I remembered to put the foam pads at the top. I didn't want to pull it back up again. And then with the hands held in the heart, I have just cut that down the middle so it goes across 2 pages. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.